Welcome to A Drop of Happy, where we focus on carefree, stress well, light and lively living while loving and reviewing everything entertainment. And I always like to start with a little journal prompt because this is about living your best life and stress management and all that. And journaling has a lot of benefits. It can help to reduce stress, it can help to boost your health and wellness, it can help you gather your thoughts, get your thoughts together. Depending on what you use to journal, for your prompts, there's a lot of things. You can use affirmations, you can use poems, you can use questions to help you go along. So, depending on what you use, it really helps you kind of focus your thoughts. And if you do not feel like writing it down, you can journal electronically. You can record your thoughts. If you don't feel like doing that because you're afraid people will find your stuff, then you can just use these prompts as a daily reflection. Journaling also provides a way to process emotions. It can help you figure out your next steps, and it can just be cathartic. So, the journal prompt that I have for today is: a year from now, what do you think your life will look like? Or what would you like your life to look like? This is a good way to kind of get you together, get yourself together, get your mind together. If you haven't set any goals, this is a good time to do that. Or if you think you're on the right track, it's a good time just to be grateful for where you're at and in anticipation of where you're going. So, journal prompt is: a year from now, what do you think life will look like? A year from now, what do you want life to look like? And if you want to take it a step further, if you're not where you at, or if you don't think you're going to be where you want to be, or if you have a ways to go, what steps do you need to take to get there? I felt like this was a good journal prompt because we're going to be talking about Wolverine. So I actually, no, not Wolverine, my bad. We're going to be talking about, what's the name of the movie that I just saw? Um, Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine. So this was released a couple of weeks ago, and it held the number one spot for the past 2 weeks. It also had the record for being the highest grossing R-rated movie opening, I believe. Um, and I contributed to that because I did take myself to see it. I don't, I mean, did I? Because I do have the Regal Pass. So, yes, I'm one of those that has the Regal Pass because I like going to the movies. So, I don't know if I did, but I did take myself. And the theater was kind of, it had some people in there. It was fairly packed, considering I haven't seen it like that. And apparently the critics loved it. Rotten Tomatoes had it at like 79%, IMDb 8.1, and the Google reviews were like 4.5 out of 5. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I did. Um, I think what I liked about it, though, what I liked most about it were like the Easter eggs of, you know, the stuff that you're figuring out and you're remembering like from back in the day, and the jokes. Um, I like that. And just the nostalgia from the different superheroes the superhero characters that were showing up. I like that. I thought that was cool. Um, so I know there were a lot of previews, but I didn't watch them. I think I saw like one preview. So I didn't know what to expect. Once I heard Wolverine was going to be in it, you had me at Wolverine. You had me at Wolverine. I was like, bet. Now here's the thing. I didn't see Logan. And one of the characters was a chick that Wolverine saved from Logan. I didn't see it. But if you're like me and you didn't see it, guess what? It doesn't make a difference. Like you don't have to see it. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of things you don't have to see, but if you saw them, it definitely helped. Like if you saw Loki, the series on Disney, which from all the Disney series from Marvel, that one is one of my favorites. It kind of enhanced the experience. So I'm sure if I had seen Logan, it would have been like, oh, there goes a little girl. Oh, it's touching. Oh, but I didn't. But again, I still enjoyed it. I was also pleasantly surprised to see Elektra, played by Jennifer Garner. A Blade, played again by the original Wesley Snipes. Johnny Storm, played by the original. I mean, in the movies like way back in the day, Chris Evans, which the way that they introduced him was super, super cool. And then Gambit, played by Channing Tatum. And I'm gonna be honest, I have mixed feelings or mixed reviews about him portraying Gambit. I don't have mixed feelings about Gambit, the character, because let me tell you, I thought his little tricks and the little special effects and were dope. I wouldn't mind seeing a Gambit series on Disney, but with Channing Tatum playing, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it like that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I wasn't. But overall, I enjoyed it. I think the writing could have been better, but the entertainment value was definitely up there for me. The entertainment value kind of was like, okay, there were some holes in the writing, but it was super fun. So I'll take it. that's how I that's how I felt about it. Now the rating that I would give it, um, I would give it a 7.5 because there were times where I was just like, again, I have a thing about pacing. And if I get like, if I'm not engaged the entire time because there was some parts where I think maybe it dipped, that gets some points off. So I did feel like that. I'm trying to not give away spoilers because we'll talk about the spoilers part. Just want to be real generic for now. Also, my daughter had an issue with the special effects. I thought they were pretty good. There was one scene where I was just like, oh, that could have been better. But for the most part, I enjoyed the special effects. And I'm gonna tell you what, Gambit with the cards, I was really feeling the cards blowing people up. I don't know. I thought they did a good job with that. But overall, I thought the special effects was good. Acting, of course, on point. Um, Pacing, again, I had a little issue with that. And there was the storyline. It was okay. It was decent, but it wasn't like I don't know. It could have been a little bit better. Thus, the 7.5. Entertainment value, way up there. Um, Again, there was some scenes that I was just like, mm, yeah, we could do without those. We don't need those. We don't need this again. Again. We don't need this again. My daughter really liked the villain, which is Charles Xavier's sister. Um, I don't, the villains weren't villaining for me. The villains could have been a little bit more villainy. I mean, um, to me, they were a little quirky, a little, but it is Deadpool, so what can you say? I think that's to be expected. I really did enjoy the banter. I enjoyed the relationship between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. They're friends in like in real life, so it's cool. It's cool to see on screen. It definitely translated on screen, so that was cool. I actually enjoyed most of the characters. I enjoyed the interaction, so there was a lot of good things about it. I think if you haven't seen it and you go see it, you'll enjoy it. It is Deadpool. There is a high level of gory, um, and blood and guts and things like that, and curse words and yada yada yada. Because it's Deadpool. If you've seen it, you know what to expect. Shouldn't be a surprise, okay? So let's now. I'm about to go into spoilers, so if you don't want to hear the spoilers, if you don't want to have a further discussion, now's your time to and just remember, if you enjoyed this, please pass it on and come back. That is all. Appreciate it. Appreciate the time. And remember to live light and stress well. So, spoilers. Let's talk about it. So, the gist of the story is it starts out with um, Deadpool wanting to join the Avengers. And that's kind of comical. He goes to the Avengers office, Happy's interviewing him and stuff like that. And Happy's just like, no, bruh, you ain't Avenger type material, blah, blah, blah. So he goes back to his mundane life as a car salesman with this whack ass toupee selling cars. Then the timekeepers come after him, and then he finds out that, oh, his world's going to end because Wolverine died in Logan. And here is where I'm saying it would have been good if you saw Logan. But I didn't see the movie Logan, and I didn't feel like I was missing a whole lot. It's just that I didn't see it. So I was like, all right. But I knew he died, and that's why I didn't want to see it. So anyway, because of that, the branch, the timekeepers, and he went to the TVA, the branch was going to die. It's not like it was going to die soon. They said like maybe a couple of 100 years, but the villain, one of the villains, um, wanted to speed that up. So he basically recruited Deadpool to speed up that process. And of course, Deadpool's like, wait a minute, because he had a party and all his friends were there and he was giving love and getting love and all that stuff. And he was kind of resigned to his life. So he was like, wait a minute, you, I, no, I love these people. Like, you're not about to screw up. Like, my world's not about to die. That's that's not what's going to happen here. So, in order to save his timeline, he goes and he keeps going to each alternate universe to find a Wolverine. And this part's funny because you see the different Wolverines and different things, and some of them are played by like um, um, different stars. So the guy that plays Superman, what's his name? Oh, Henry Cavill, he was one of them. That was kind of funny. So he goes and he finally does find a Wolverine. But guess what? This Wolverine sucks. This Wolverine is hated on his planet on his plane, universe, whatever, for the things that he did. But he's just like, fuck it. I need a Wolverine. You will have to do, because the other ones kind of killed me on sight or tried to. Anyway, so he goes back to the TVA with the Wolverine, and the TVA guy's like, I needed you to help me speed up. I needed you to be on my side. You not, I'm sorry, bub. So they thing him, tase him, I don't remember the word. There's a word for it. To the void. So they go to the void. And then that's like, when Deadpool described it like a Mad Max situation, it was a Mad Max situation. Anyway, they go to the void and they meet Johnny Storm, but at first you think, oh my God, this is Cap. It's not Cap. It's Johnny Storm, which that reveal was kind of cool, I thought. And then um, they go and they meet Homegirl, the bald chick. They meet her, and she's like, yeah, I'm not helping y'all get back. It's whatever. Like, I don't care. And she tries to kill him. And that's when Homeboy dies. I'm just trying to give you the bridge version, right? Homeboy dies and um, they escape. Wolverine and Deadpool escape. Mind you, before they get there, I don't know if it's before or after, but they're fighting. They're fighting a lot. Wolverine and Deadpool, like they are fighting a lot. And the first fight scene is pretty cool. Then they have this fight scene in the car, and that was overkill. I was like, okay, y'all need to stop. This is too much. I get it. It's a fight scene. It was overdone, overkill, yada yada yada. Anyway, but the other fight scenes are pretty good, pretty engaging, pretty entertaining. But that I was like, that's enough. Y'all doing too much. Doing too much. Anyway, so at some point they go to this shelter or place where there's these other quote unquote outcasts, outlaws, and then that's when they meet Elektra, Blade, um, the chick, the chick. I don't know what her name is. It's some numbers because again, I didn't see Logan, but the chick that Logan saves and Gambit, played by Homeboy. I'm like, okay. So they meet them and then they convince them to be like, all right, bump. We're gonna go to Crazy Homegirls. Oh, Cassandra, Nova. We're gonna go to Nova. Um, and we're gonna be able to do this. We're gonna be able to do this because we got y'all because y'all escaped because they were shocked that they made it out because they were like nobody who ever goes there makes it out, and they were shocked. So they were like we're gonna go. So they go. They start kicking ass. It's a good watch, um, and on the flip side, the TVA guy, the TVA bad guy, Mr. Paradox, is trying to kill Nova anyway. And then he gets Pyro, one of the Pyros, to kill Nova. But it doesn't work because, long story short, Nova ends up letting them go. So they go back to the TVA, but she is like, oh, there's a machine that can destroy timelines. I'm going to, because she gets pissed off at the TVA because they didn't leave her alone. When they try to kill her, they were like, oh, y'all not going to leave me alone? We had an agreement. We had a deal. This is my domain, and I'm just gonna live my happy little life here. But y'all try to kill me? Bet. That's what she said. That's how I imagine the conversation in my head. Bet. So she was like, bump it. I'm going to get this machine and I'm just going to destroy everything. And then it's only going to be the void left. That's it. And I'm going to be the queen. I'm going to be the captain now. So she goes to do that. Blah, blah, blah. The Wolverine and Deadpool have to fight all the Deadpools from all the multiverses, um, which that was cool. That was kind of fun, I guess. Uh, then do they end up saving the world? Yes, they do, because and this scene is very moving because they were just like, oh no, you could die if you do this thing, and Wolverine was just like, well, it should be me because on Earth, my life sucks anyway. But in your Earth, you got a good thing going on. You got people who love you, blah, 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 blah. But then Deadpool's like, no, it's going to be me. So he tricks him, and Deadpool goes in the room to do the thing. But then Deadpool is dying, and it's not working while he's trying to do the thing. So Wolverine is like banging on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door, and gets in. He gets in, and he and Deadpool together are able to overcome, and then the surge, the power surge, whatever, overcomes Nova. Nova dies. Does she die? She does. She explodes. Um, and happily ever after. That's the basic. That's the basic gist of it. I don't remember if I gave it a rating, but if I'm, yeah, no, I did. I did 7.5. So 7.5. I thought Ryan Reynolds did a good job. I mean, he's played Wolverine multiple times. Not a big deal. Hugh Jackman, Wolverine is his bag. Played him to a T. Nova, I mean, she was cool. Nova was the twin. She was cool. My daughter loved her. I was like, Okay. Nova and Mr. Paradox were the villains. And they were just kind of like, as villains go, they were for me, honestly. Um, Again, the other characters was fun to see. I enjoyed them. Gambit, I actually enjoyed Gambit. The character. I just don't know if I enjoyed Channing Tatum as Gambit. It was nice to see Chris Evans. So overall, 7.5. I enjoyed it. What did you think? Are you ready for another one? Are you? Don't know. Um, I'm not. I'm good. I'm good. I mean, I'll go see it, but it was, I could wait a while. Anyway, that is all. Please, if you liked listening, come back for more reviews of all types of stuff, books, movies, um, shows, music, all the things, and also some stressful tips by way of different journal prompts for you, whether it's affirmations, questions, blah, 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 like I said in the beginning. I am actually going to do an extensive review and probably we're going to have a whole series on Rest is Resistance, which is a book. I've been talking about it for a while, but it's because it took me forever to read, not because it's not good, um because life, and I just it challenged me, which is why it requires a series. And I think rest is important. I think the way we think about rest needs to change. I think the way we think about managing stress needs to change. So we're going to have a whole series on that. And then I started a new book. Things are falling. I started a new book, which is called Imagination, a Manifesto, which is a good follow up to Rest is Resistance. This is by Ruha Benjamin. I hope I said that name right. So, and there's some other things. So if you liked it, please share. But most of all, please come back and share and come back and share again. Thank you for listening. Remember to live light and stress well.